And hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Gorilla. Where tonight we marinated those chicken wings last night there on the live stream. There, it's just prepping for Chinese chicken wings. If you want the actual recipe there. Now tonight, it's time to fry them. I had to wait a while here to make sure this got back up to room temperature here. Which reminds me, I got to get the old tongs out. So it might be time for new ones. Now I had to preheat the wok here. Now the best way to fry them is in a wok, like the. I'll show. I'll do a video on the wok there. It's a specially shaped frying pan there, specifically designed for frying foods here. So now just gotta put these in here. Oh, fuck these. Time to pull out the big boys. All right. Now that I got to let them fry there for about 5 minutes there. Now the cooking times we'll have to adjust a little bit as we're frying them. I'm not sure if you can hear that sizzling, but maybe if I just move the mic over a little bit. It doesn't look like the mic's picking up, but hey, Kevin, how are you doing tonight? We're just frying up those chicken wings we made last night there. Got about 5 doing. I'm doing all right. The cancer hasn't got me yet, so there's that. But no, we're just sitting here frying them. I got 4.5 minutes left to fry them. Then we got to let them rest for 10 minutes. Then we got to put them back in the fryer for 3 minutes. Now that's an essential step right there. But I don't know how these are going to turn out since I used a little too much oil last night. But hey, it's chicken wings. So the stuff was a little bit more watery than it's supposed to be, but oh well. There. So but yeah. No, I did notice a difference. I did when I first started making them. I was using this. It's a sherry cooking wine there. It can be used as a substitute for the Schlockschen wine, but I found out this actual Schlockschen wine here. Was this actually made in China, or is this this is the actual Chinese wine there. That does work a lot better, but it's also for the cooking wine. Sherry can be used for all kinds of different stuff there, for like your marinades and stuff. But I hope you're doing well, Kevin. Now, now I might have to test out different oils here because Walmart was out of this oil here, and I'm down to my last little bit. But I really like this toasted almond oil. I really like it. It tastes good. I even used it when I was coating my asparagus the other day with garlic and stuff. The sesame oil worked a lot better than than vegetable oil. Of course, vegetable oil, you don't know what the hell's in that damn thing. It could be anything. And real, like, yes, I use vegetable oil, but the only reason we have vegetable oil now is because it's used for it was used as engine lubricant in World War II, believe it or not. That's what your vegetable oil was. But I'm learning I'm trying to get away from that seed stuff there versus or not, well, not exactly seeds, but I'm trying to get healthier stuff. And I'm glad it's doing good there, Kevin. Here, I'm gonna be right back. Well, I'm waiting for that. I still got a minute and a half on it. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a minute and a half on that. I'm gonna mix myself up some cherry Jolly Rancher Bix. Oh god, this stuff here is smelling delicious in there. And hey, Larry, how's it going? We're just frying up the chicken wings we marinated last night for our Chinese fried chicken wings. I still got 30 seconds before I gotta do the rest period. And I hope you're doing well there, Larry. I hope you're doing good. God, I gotta shave again. Oh yeah, Larry. Yeah, they're not really too badly expensive to make. What's expensive is getting the initial ingredients there, like your sesame oil, your Schlockchen wine. A lot of people already have soy sauce, and you need like white pepper. Yeah, but just a sec. Now I got uh, the initial rest period of 10 minutes in. I'm glad you're hanging in there, Larry. There, and saying hi to Kevin. Well, this is what they're gonna look like during their rest period. There's some of them got like these little hair type things that's normal for when you're frying chicken. Put the camera up. But these ones are bleeding a little bit. I'm finding that these high V chicken wings work a lot better than Walmart's great value chicken wings. Now the great value ones are a lot cheaper, but you get the scrap that like Tyson and there's a couple other name brands like Tyson don't want. So they put them in a bag for they're your misshapen ones. They could just be a little sliver of a chicken wing in that they're all different sizes. Where this high V brand one, yeah, it's still on the cheaper end, but you got more uniform sizes as you can see. It's more uniform sizes, so they're gonna cook more uniformly than the Walmart ones do. Not saying the Walmart ones are bad by any means. I use them too, but these high V ones seem to be working a lot better. And Kevin saying hello to Larry. So it's all the preference there. If you and all this depends where you shop because I not get this Tyson there is at least 2 to 3 times more expensive than your great value there. And they're twice as expensive as the high V there. Now, personally, I might switch to the high V. They're a little bit more spendy than the great value. It just depends on the week for me, depending on how much I can allot for this. And of course, when I decide to make these, but sometimes it kind of depends on your budget. But making these is not terribly expensive. It's just the first initial getting started. Now, first I had to go spend $8 on a walk from Walmart. It works for me. Me there. If you're going to use it a lot, I'd spend more money on it, or I might just get a stainless steel one or something, or there. But this works for me. That's $8 and works a lot better. And heck, you can even use you can use a deep fat fryer if you have one, or you could use like another frying pan, or even just pot. This just works for what I use it there. And Larry's asking how Kevin is doing. Now the toasted sesame seal, you don't use it very much at what's a Costco? No, I've never been to a Costco. I don't even know if there's one in Sioux Falls, but I bet you they're along the same lines as high V's there. They're more, I bet you they're better, but the better quality, more uniform than great value, but yet still cheaper than Tyson. All you're looking for is party wings. Here, this is all I grabbed was the chicken wings. It's your small party wings, like when you go to like a wing night at Buffalo Wild Wings, or you go to a wing night. It's just the small chicken wings. You could use the bigger chicken wings, but then I think you have to adjust the cooking time, which I'm not sure about that. But I'm guessing they're along the same lines, quality lines as this. I mean, chicken's chicken, but when you go to the great value, or even I bet you some of these other cheap ones, you don't get the uniform size. Tyson gets the best pieces. Then then the tiers go down there because a lot of the chicken's all processed by the same companies. They just put them in different bags there. Because I guarantee to you, your Smithfield, I guarantee you they probably make a lot of your different porks for like Hy-Vee or Walmart there. Because like for the pork there, it's owned by like 4 different companies. It's just different labels on the bags. That's all it is. But some of these brands get the better cuts. That's all it is. And really, the selection wine that was like $4 there, and getting the actual Chinese one, the actual Chinese stuff there. Then like the cook or the sharing cookie I used to use, that was like $3 if you want to substitute it, especially if you don't want Chinese one. And then garlic powder, everybody has that in their cupboard there. What else? Soy sauce, that's like $1.50 for the, and I got the Great Value brand. Now some of the other brand, some people might argue that soy sauce is that you got to get the particular brand of soy sauce. I haven't tested that yet because I don't use it as much. This is my first bottle of soy sauce I'm still using, or it might be my second. Heck, I might got 2 different brands in there even. But what else? Black pepper, everybody has. Salt, everybody has. Sugar, everybody has. The flour has. The cornstarch, that's like $2. I'm not. Most people have corn. Some people have cornstarch. Some people don't. Then the white pepper, that was like 75 cents. That's an oddball that I don't think hardly anybody uses. So really, it's expensive to get started, but once you have the stuff, it's really not that expensive, and it's really not that hard to make the Chinese food. No, it's not. No, it's not gonna. No, these aren't gonna be exactly the same as the Chinese one. And maybe if I fried them in peanut oil, they would be. Well, we are making tacos tonight. That's great to hear, my bro. Wow, that Tacos does sound good. Oh shit, it's Taco Thursday too, ain't it? But damn it, I'm making chicken wings. Beef or chicken or shrimp tacos, or you making street tacos? I can make street tacos. I got the skirt steak for that. Street tacos aren't that hard to make either. I could do that, but I don't. I'm not a big fan of them. And my skirt steaks are actually pretty darn good size. I might actually make jerky out of them. Oh, you're making street tacos, the carne asada. Using a skirt steak for that? Because I got like 2 skirt steaks in the. Okay, I still got 2.5 minutes for I still got 2.5 minutes of rusting. Oh, yeah. Whew. Yeah, the skirt steak, it's good, but it's expensive. I think the skirt steak I got in the freezer there, uh, Javier paid $41 for it 5 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? 4 years ago? It's been frozen the entire time. I gotta get used up. All right, girl, I'm gonna go out and get my dinner going. Great to see you, my brother Kevin. Good to see you. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by, Larry. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe sometime you could try making this recipe here. I really like to hear people using some of the recipes I make because that's part of the reason I want to do this. People like when I'm making. That's how I started live streaming when I'm cooking. It's because people wanted to see like the process there. Like I got a pulled pork recipe, and I've introduced the home style bakes. I'm making fried chicken wings, and I'm gonna be doing pork wontons one of these days. Well, when you get a chance, send me the recipe, or when you get time, give me a call. Um, I'm not sure I have your number still in my phone here, but I'll send you the video with the recipe there. It's very easy to follow. Just instead of the 3 tablespoons I put in there, it's 3 teaspoons of sesame oil. That's the important part there. All right, still got a minute or so on that. Have a good night there, Larry. Oh, I seen another thing pop up, but then it disappeared like it got retracted. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so. I suppose it can cut. Ooh, that's splattering on my floor there. All right, so I cut the resting time a little bit. Oh, you get to see that steam coming up off the. Good night, Kevin. Thank you for being here, my brother. Well, thank you for being here, Larry, and thank you, Kevin, for being here. But now we're sizzling. Now the recipe calls for 3 minutes of additional cook time, but I found if you add a few minutes, like a minute or so, it does cook a lot better. Yeah, I'm looking for that crispiness. I'm looking for that direct crispiness. Oh. So let's see. We talked about the oil. I was thinking of pulling out some pork for some pork wontons, but that won't be till Saturday. So I don't need to pull that pork out now. But I'm thinking of making pork wontons on Saturday. Or should I do Sunday with my kid? Maybe I'll do Sunday with my kid. There. But that pork wonton is another one I found the recipe for that I really enjoy. What I really want to do is find a really good crab ragoon recipe. There. And a dumplings recipe. Actually, dumplings actually sounds good too. Fried dumplings. But I'd have to get some different wonton wrappers because there's two different types of wonton wrappers. You got your plant-based thin ones there that are like a whitish color. Those are for like your steamed dumplings and all that other stuff. Or you get the thicker yellow ones there. Those are more for your wontons and crab ragoons and cream cheese wontons. So okay, I got. Oh. Yeah, so those are frying up nicely. And maybe I should do a video on some of the different cooking utensils I had. I'll have to think about that one. Oh, I know what I should have done. I should have put them on on this thing here for the drain. I'm gonna try that next time. Actually, I might do that this time on a cooling rack that I use for the cookies. Which reminds me, I gotta make cookies tonight. So still got a few. It's still got about 30 seconds on the cook there. No, actually, I won't use that. I don't want to do that. So we got. I think they're done. There's one I'm gonna cook a little bit longer because it didn't look right. But and look at those gold in there. These things are delicious. I do gotta let them cool though. These are very delicious, but that's all there is to it. There, I got the recipe on my channel there, and all you have to do after you marinate them for either 2 hours or refrigerate them there for 24 and bring them back to room temperature. They're cooking for 5 minutes at 325. Then you rest them for 10 minutes. Then you cook them for another 3 to 4. I did 4 minutes. But I'm letting that finish up there. But otherwise. Mm, mm, mm. Delicious. So with that, you guys have a good night. And remember to be a gorilla.